Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more nostalgia critic, and it's going to be Jack. Oh dear God, have mercy. Oh guys, you have no idea what sort of treat you're into. We're going to be exploring Jack shit. Yeah, prepare yourself. I do remember this one. This was with Robin Williams, I believe, and basically it's the same sort of style as the movies Big and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It's when he was sort of born old and he grows old, but he's really young inside. That sort of style of movie. Yeah, I watched it a very long time ago, and from what I remember, it was not good. It was absolutely terrible. I think it's on the top 10 worst Robin Williams movies lists of all time, perhaps, on my sort of list. Because Patch Adams was perhaps one of the worst for me, and maybe Jack is the second worst of Robin Williams, and a lot of people would say Flubber is the worst. But I really enjoyed Flubber. Unfortunately for those who really hate it, I actually did enjoy Flubber. It was quirky, it was funny. Actually, it was funny at some parts, not throughout the whole entire film. But I did enjoy the movie Flubber. It's a curious, very curious, sort of delicious, bad movie for me. Yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Oh God.
Hello,
Here we
I'm
go.
a nostalgia critic. I remember it so you don't have to. God damn it, Robin Williams! Why do you keep showing up here? Don't you know I'm running out of jokes? I mean, how many times can I say the same thing? You look like you're searching for an Oscar. We know you can act, so why don't you pick movies that let you? Your improvs are funny, but not needed in every single movie you do. And what's this? A movie where he plays a 10-year-old trapped in a man's body?
Yeah.
Ah, sheesh, I'm running out of stuff, guys. I mean, what can I say about a bad Robin Williams movie that I can't say about all the other bad Robin Williams movies? I mean, who
They're
am
not
I
all
supposed to
bad.
make fun of? The director? Hello, new target practice. Yeah, that's right. One of the most influential directors of all time, Francis Ford Coppola, directed this.
Damn.
Can you believe it? It doesn't even sound real. Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather, directed a movie where Robin Williams is a 10-year-old in a man's body.
Damn,
Unless this is some
that's...
sort of symbolic biography, this is obviously going to fail. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's like Alfred Hitchcock directing Rainbow Bright, or Stanley Kubrick directing Happy Gilmore, or Martin Scorsese directing Hugo. Okay, that was awesome. But you get the idea. You never would have guessed this guy would do anything like this in a million years. You broke my heart, Ford! You broke my heart! So, let's not waste any time. Let's take a look at Francis Ford Coppola's Jack.
Okay.
I believe in America.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, wacky Halloween party! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! So we see an expecting mother, played by Diane Lane, dressed up as Helena Bonham Carter, I think. And it turns out her baby is coming out much earlier than expected. Several months earlier, actually.
Too early for contractions.
Doc, what's
Okay,
going
it's
on?
really important that you relax and...
She's fully dilated.
Okay,
Tell me all right.
Too soon! One more time.
One more deep breath. One more deep breath.
We will bring this force comedic plot point into the world! So they try to figure out what made him come out so fast, and it turns out he has a hyper-rare condition most likely caused by bad screenwriting.
Jack sells a
Come on.
at an unheard of rate.
Is he gonna age like this the rest of his life?
Don't know something.
At age 1, your son may be physically around age 4. And if this continues throughout his life, by the time he reaches age 10, well, he could.
Appear to be an ordinary, full-grown, 40-year-old man.
God, this explains Carlos Mencia so well. Cut to a mere 10 years later. Yeah, because I'm sure nothing interesting happened in that amount of time. No reporters, no news stories, no TMZ stalkers. Where we see Jack is now 10, but looks like he's about 40. So he stays at home being taught by his teacher, Bill Cosby, who thinks
Oh
it's time
God.
for him to start going to public.
Cosby. Ooh, this got awkward quick. This got really awkward.
Said it would be easy.
I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Oh boy.
Brian and I, we've seen how people react. We've been through this before. I just don't want Jack to have to face that.
We don't want to ruin his world of posing for posters and emotional TV ads. I know the Oscar crowd is too smart for this manipulation, but we can still try for an Emmy. We can still try for the parents think about whether or not he should go to public school, Jack seems to be having a bad dream.
You okay, honey? Something wrong?
Oh, I'm okay. Just can't sleep. I had a scary dream. Can I sleep in here?
Bill Cosby probably calls that.
Okay, now here's the major problem with the movie. Jack is not being played like a 10-year-old. He's being played like a kindergartner. And there's a huge difference. Really think back to that age. Did most 10-year-old boys sleep with a doll or wear silly pajamas? Or sleep in an adult's bed because they had a bad dream?
No,
look at the other 10-year-olds
absolutely
in this movie.
not.
Would you imagine any of these kids sleeping
I never
in the bed
did
with an
that.
adult? Most stories I hear about 10-year-olds usually sleeping in adults' beds end up in incarceration.
The rest of the world I'm worried about.
I totally didn't
Another
do
great example
that.
is when the
What
parents
do you look
decide
at
that
that?
he should start public school. Look at this introduction.
How would you like to see your classroom? Yes?
Yes.
A little louder.
Yes.
A little louder, Jack.
Jesus.
Okay, maybe the kid with severe Tourette's syndrome would respond that way, but this is not the normal response for a 10-year-old. Could you imagine Harry Potter reacting this way at age 10?
Mr. Potter.
The things are looking up when he discovers that his teacher is Jennifer Lopez. Actually, I imagine a lot of things would be going up as soon as he discovered that.
All right. I
Oh,
know
come
some
on,
of you
that
must
was
be
cheap
curious
shot.
about Jack, so why don't we just take some time right now and ask him some of the questions that you've got on your minds? Come on, since when is this group shy? All right, fine. I've got plenty of questions. Oh, what kind of foods do you just hate?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Makes you
yuck.
fart.
Don't you love the kid's reaction to that?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Makes you
yuck.
fart.
I do not approve of this broccoli line. We are here to learn.
Why don't you go sit down and we'll get started, okay?
We see him break his desk. Haha, bet you didn't see that one coming.
Of course.
And so his mother looks over old pictures of him while blowing bubbles?
What?
Fucking bubbles!
Bubbles? What's with the bubbles?
Does she always do this when she's nostalgic? Or is she just high as a kite?
She's
I
probably
guess I
smoking
would
some of
too.
those
Might
weed,
be that some
those
of
weed
the
plants she's got
Williams.
planted.
Whenever I look over photos, I like to view them with confetti. Whimsy! Things don't go much better when he's approached by Peppermint Patty and Marcy here.
You can't be 10 if you shave and you have hairy arms and you're tall, really tall, and you're bigger.
I'm not a freak. You're a freak, Four Eyes.
Ooh.
He's 10. A whole 2 years older than us. See? Oh, sure. Like that explains it. Please. You kind of like Chuck, don't you, sir?
Calling me sir.
Charlie Brown.
Hey, how about a little help?
Really hammering in the subtlety there with the violin, aren't you, Coppola? Let me guess. We're supposed to feel sad? Hey,
Yeah.
don't worry. If you didn't get it before, there's a Randy Newman song to explain it.
Sadness. It
Oh,
makes you
God,
feel
God.
bad. At least both your parents weren't eaten alive by a rhino. That'd be funny.
Wait! I'm not touching that thing. It's been contaminated now that he's touched it. Yeah, I ain't touching it.
No. That contamination game.
Cooties?
Jesus.
Really? At age 10? You know,
Yeah.
I think it's common knowledge that cooties are generally extracted after the age of 7. Everybody knows this. But the next day, they do find a way to use Jack to their advantage when the bullies come along.
Ah! Hey, Lewis. Hey, Lewis, sir. It's a 10.
Well, we got the new kid.
Crazy? Take it on the course. I could whoop your butt. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a high fist, or whatever we were trying to do
Yeah,
there.
what was that?
They
That
pick
was
him
sort
for
of
the
a
game,
miss.
and of course he does incredibly well.
Unstoppable!
Yeah, do
The
the
hell?
Pee-wee
Do the
seizure dance. Ever
Ernie
doing that
dance?
when you were young?
What the hell? What the fuck am I
have a
watching?
condition.
On top of that, some of the kids figure out they can use him to pose as the principal to get out of trouble with their parents. Or easier yet, Fran Drescher.
Oh, sweetie, the beef and
Who wears that in the
The hell does
daytime?
she
What?
have on? I'm sorry, who's the 10-year-old in the 40-year-old body?
So tell me, what happened to Principal McGee? I just talked to him on the phone.
As usual, Fran Drescher's voice sounds like a series of barn animals having asthma while smoking a box of Menthols.
Really?
Rolling.
A roll.
Really.
Rolling along.
Really, really rolling along.
Wow.
What was that? Christopher Walken eating a cat?
Christopher Walken.
Wow! So Jack is happy that he calls his dad at work and lets him know about his great day.
Phone call for you, Brian.
Yeah, just okay.
What the hell does this guy do for a living?
Oh,
You'd think
Jesus.
somehow this occupation would have worked its way earlier into the film.
I played basketball today. They picked me.
Okay, slow down, buddy, slow down.
Louis has dirty magazines under his bed. What are dirty magazines? I got to be...
Really? She's smiling at the fact that he wants dirty magazines? Oh, who am I kidding? The father's probably shooting a dirty magazine right now!
It's probably
for a section called The Farmer in Adele.
Miss Marquez ate one of my red gummy bears. She said, way to go. You know, but not because of red gummy bears, because of the way I play basketball.
Listen, son, I love to talk, but I got sluts on a carrot, whores on vegetables. This opportunity may strike that will not come again. I gotta be selfish sometimes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, Dad, don't hug me anymore in front of the guys, okay? Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, it's weird.
Not like pulling your shirt over your head while talking on the phone.
Yeah, who does
That's
that?
cool.
Well, actually, I did that when I was like 8,
Carrots.
maybe, when
Carrot
running.
Just giant carrots, yeah.
Oh,
To
so
get
it's
more
an
speed.
ad for carrots, huh? Yeah. I
An
don't
ad
think
for
carrots
carrots.
have this kind of marketing budget. Or
Yeah,
at the
no.
very least, Playboy-style models.
No.
I mean, does advertising really go this slutty for something so mundane?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Oh, boy.
Well, that last one was a little slutty. Okay, who cares? Back to the review. Jack gets invited to a sleepover with a bunch of the boys in a treehouse. Stuff
damn.
knocked over.
So you bought that magazine?
Yeah,
What about Hustler? You get Hustler?
if you want it.
Cool.
Hey, check out this one. 4 whores on a carrot.
That and, you know, all the grown-up stuff that only grown-ups can read.
So Jack is now the official porn boy, off to get naked pictures free for all the young kids to see.
Of
It's like
course.
an early version of the internet.
Check this out.
Christmas come early.
Think our moms look like that?
I did not just hear that.
Oh, God, no. You don't want that mental image.
I did not just hear that! Okay, for Coppola, quick lesson on boys, seeing how you clearly never were one. Boys don't ask about this stuff. We just act like we know it and horribly make fun of the other dumb boys who actually ask about this stuff. And of course, boys looking at naked women is totally cool, but then when actual girls come around, ew, gross cooties, ew!
True. That sums up the sort of
Can you guys hold on for 1 second? We just want to clean the place up a
childhood
little bit,
days.
okay?
Ho ho! I'm totally isolating you because you're different. Hypocrisy, thy name is Jack. Ho ho!
He brings his homeschool teacher up to the
Oh.
treehouse because, yeah,
Uh-oh.
wouldn't that make you the cool kid? Sweater vests and ties are totally in.
Fellas? No, this is enough. Did you eat this yet?
Everybody has to.
Yep. It's good?
Oh, come on, he's had worse. He's worked for Jell-O.
I don't think Bill Cosby should be in a treehouse full of boys. Oh, boy.
This house is falling faster than my movie career. Mine too. Ho ho!
So, that entire scene was pointless, which leads to a nice bit of awkwardness when Jack asked Jennifer Lopez if he would go with him to the dance.
I was thinking that maybe if you didn't have anything to do, that you might want to go to the dance with me.
Jack, you don't want to go with me. I'm an old lady.
But that's why. I can't go with the girls my age because I look so much older than them.
I would call the cops, I won't lie. It's also a little confusing that in this world they throw a dance for kids when apparently at this age they're still tossing water balloons at girls. Unless you want a couple of Carries loose in your room, that doesn't seem like a
Jesus.
good idea.
Teachers and students don't go to dances together. Do you understand that?
Oh, and by the way, that dance they're talking about never happened, because coincidentally, just at the moment of this emotional assassination, Jack also finds he's going through more growth spurts, which causes him to fall down and go boom.
The physical signs of aging are going to occur more quickly. His body is working overtime.
After giving him a get-well gift, his mother thinks it might be best for him to be taught at home again.
We're gonna go back to the way things were before you started school.
Things will never be the same.
Hey, remember all the fun we had?
No. No! No!
Dude, you're being offered not to go to school.
You
Take
take it.
advantage of it.
Yeah, fucking hell. But I guess in these circumstances, school would be
So
sort
he
of
runs
exciting.
away and goes to the nightclub that Drescher said she often hangs out at. And I'm not gonna lie, the next 20 minutes has no purpose whatsoever. He talks with a guy about relationships who looks like John Edwards, which, if you've been keeping up, you shouldn't be talking to guys about relationships who look like John Edwards.
Yeah.
He tries to hit on Fran Drescher. She lets out a velociraptor voice.
Ooh.
What a nice
The hell?
Nice surprise! He accidentally gets in a fight with Willem Dafoe, gets sent to jail, Drescher bails him out, and he stays away from public school. The hell was the point of all that? Yeah, let's try this again. Let's try, I think you should stay away from public school, and now he stays away from public school. All the bar, Drescher, Green Goblin, it's not needed! You could have cut this whole bar scene and you wouldn't have missed a thing. All you need to know is that he's sad, and leaving public school is enough to get him sad.
Yeah.
This isn't Oliver Stone's The Doors. He doesn't need to go into a deep rock star depression.
Oh, give me another gallon of milk.
Don't you think you've had enough?
I'll tell you I've had enough. Oh,
That's not milk, that's moonshine.
oh.
100% pure, beautiful
Spank the
moonshine.
monkey. Oh, Bobo, you used to be my childhood friend, but where are you now? Where are you now?
Don't
You
spank
said
the
you'd
monkey.
make it easy for me, but you're not. You're not there. I'm so sorry.
Oh god, that's
buddy.
so wrong.
Oh,
Spank the monkey.
why did I drink the 2%?
So he gets depressed and
boy,
never
that's
goes
awkward
outside
when
to
I
play
just
with
said
his
that.
friends. God, I haven't seen him this low since Popeye.
Well,
Kids keep asking, hoping one of these days he'll finally come out again.
probably because he's left in a room with Bill Cosby. Oh god, I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes for that.
He doesn't want to.
Oh boy. The backlash on this one.
Hey, Jack's mother! Jack's mother! Can Jack come out and play?
We really missed the way he called us names and threw water balloons at us. Can we have more of that? Is this really appropriate music to play? I mean, it's not like he's coming out or feeling better. He's still crying like mad in his room. This really doesn't seem to fit. Do
Yeah,
other
I
crying
mean-
scenes work as well with this music?
It's okay.
Oh, this movie. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember this. It's where the dog dies.
What a pain you are.
This was a really sad moment.
Worst dog.
No! Don't play happy music over it. That's sacrilege. That's... No! You can't do that. Yeah! I'm scarred for life. That was the most...
But through the magic of...
Come on.
Honestly, I don't know. Jack finds the confidence to go back to school and be with his friends again. Just when his best friend is saying what he wants to be when he grows up. Gee, could it be like his best friend Jack?
I want to be just like my best friend when I grow up. He's like the perfect grown-up. Because on the inside, he's still just a kid. It's like he's looking at everything for the first time. He knows how to be a great friend. More than most people who look like adults.
Jack.
So I may not know what I want to be when I grow up. And right now I really don't care. I want to be like the giant. My best friend. Jack.
You know, it's at cliched, horribly written scenes like this that, I'm sorry, I really cannot believe Francis Ford Coppola, the Francis Ford Coppola, directed this.
Yeah, I know. It's quite shocking.
Maybe it needs a killing spree. I mean, a baptism at the end of Godfather isn't particularly dramatic, but with a bunch of people being gunned down, it suddenly seems really heavy.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's try it. Let's see if the scene works better with a killing spree.
Alright.
I want to be just like my best friend when I grow up. He's like the perfect grown-up. Because on the inside, he's still just a kid. He's not afraid to learn things, or to try things, or to meet new people the way most grown-ups are.
Oh.
It's like he's looking at everything for the first time. Because he is. So I may not know what I want to be when I grow up. But right now, I really don't care. I want to be like the giant. My best friend. Jack.
No, it still sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't work, yeah.
Oh, it's still not funny!
Yeah, that's the second time they've done that. Come on.
Oh, for God's sake, how often are they gonna skip around gigantic periods of time that we'd actually be interested in seeing?
Yeah, it doesn't
Peabody
create
and
emotional
Sherman's taking
connection.
time periods longer than this.
You gotta have an emotional connection. Don't skip.
What? Oh no. Movie for Coppola. Okay, guy who transformed Brando into a frail old man. Half a can of white spray paint doesn't equal frail old man. That's not a person who's had years and years thrown on his life. That's a bad Halloween costume. That's Mark Twain. The only thing missing is a fake Gandalf beard. That really would have topped things off.
Yeah, it sort of is bad.
And here's the biggest surprise of the movie. Robin Williams gives a big speech.
Of course, he does
as
it in
we
every
come
movie.
To the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times.
I'm convinced if you just take all the big dramatic Robin Williams speeches from all his movies and just put them all together, they basically just say the same thing. Let's try it.
Let's try it, yeah.
Where am I going to be in 10 years?
Death is not the enemy, gentlemen. The idea of someone telling me I can't be with them, I can't see them every day.
I'm quirky, which is good. I fought things and I won. I'll be saying this in the next 5 movies I'm in. I'll apologize by doing more stand-up.
Yeah, I had a feeling. So he rides off with his friends, and that's it. Yeah, we don't know what happens after that. We don't know if he goes
Not really
on and
emotional
dies,
connection
or if he
to
makes
the
anything of his
character.
life, or it just sort of stops.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything, audience?
Not
Any
really.
stuff that might help you if you ever turn into a 10-year-old trapped in a man's body?
Buy a lot of
Well,
porn.
I've learned something. I've learned that this is the best choice that Francis Ford Coppola has ever made since he said, hey, you know what my Dracula movie is missing? One of the guys from Bill and fucking Ted! I literally feel nothing coming out of this. If it focused on him
it's a
getting
bit
older
dry.
or even dying, or hell, how about just getting the details about the actual age right, then maybe something. But as is, there's a lot of other movies that do the little kid in the big body thing better. Like Big, Vice Versa, or Freaky Friday. Which one? Either of them! They're both better than this emotionally lacking experience. I mean, okay, sometimes it's a little gentle, and sometimes it can have a nice scene, but it's very rare. And honestly,
vague, it's
Jack
rare,
is
yeah.
not really much of a defined character. And a lot of that is because they spend more time on pointless scenes and obvious humor. Williams, you know the drill. For Coppola, shame on you! This movie deserves what I like to call the traditional For Coppola treatment.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Oh, Robin Williams. It's like...
Blessed art thou amongst women.
Oh boy. I had to be put down.
I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember it, so you don't have to.
Yeah, okay. The end. Or the end. Oh boy. Patch Adams. Oh. I like this music. I remember listening to this song.
Wow.
Oh boy, those sounds. Okay, that's the end of the video. Yeah, that was Jack. Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't a good movie. I mean, Uh, it's definitely in the top 10 worst Robin Williams sort of category. You know, as for this movie, you know, being good, meh, I can't really feel an emotional connection because a lot of it's just sort of doing comedy bits, which are not funny. And a lot of it just sort of, there's really no sort of connection with the parents or anything like that. It just feels, I don't know, there's just no connection. It doesn't feel like it's good. There's no emotional sort of dialogue or anything like that. I mean, you know, you don't feel for him when he's getting old or like that, on his time's flying by. You just don't feel anything, and that's a shame because it's a Robin Williams movie, and I absolutely love Robin Williams. Oh my God, I absolutely love the guy. He's perhaps one of the greatest sort of comedians, sort of person of the century. You know, I mean, there's funny people out there, but he had a different sort of aura about him. You know, his aura was completely off the scale with, you know, he was always excited, eccentric, and, oh my God, just, you know, watch the interviews of Robin Williams. They're just incredible. A lot of energy, and it's just it's such a shame to see all that energy and passion wasted. You know, if you're having a Robin Williams in a movie, use that passion, you know. But I'm not a film director, so, you know, but I'm just angry at the fact that this could have been much more better if done right. You know, like Big or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button and lots of other movies like that. It could have been good if they done it right and took their time. It could have been really, really good if they actually made connections with the characters. And that's what pisses me off the most, is because it had Robin Williams in it. And you could have used his energy and spirit and his goodwill to make a great fucking good movie. But yeah, that's enough with my tantrums. I'm sorry about that. It's just that, you know, when you have a great actor, please don't squander them like that. Use them. Use them and make them the best they can, but the actor's only good as the writing, I guess. You know, the actor can only do as good as what they're told to do, what to say in the script of the movies, so, you know, you can't really blame the actor always. You know, it's always the script and the director and all that. You know, there's a lot of sort of things that do, you know, take impact. But yeah, Jesus, God bless Robin Williams. Rest in peace, my good old dear comedian friend. I really do miss his spirit, honestly. I really wish he was still alive to do movies, because honestly, I bet right about now he would give us one hell of a show. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.